I guess my mind is so much in the moment back then of like, I'm just thinking through like what, like you said, it's like, I'm just thinking of how do I end this pain? I'm not thinking of like the beyond that too much. I am in some ways, right? Of like my parent, like my family or things like that, but not in real depth. And so I don't think it was, like I didn't, for me, it wasn't a big shift. It was just like I was still thinking about this, still feeling pain, but I didn't have this, again, I hate to use the word, but it's like courage to sort of act on these things. Like my courage, thankfully, was more towards like continuing to sort of like wrestle with this in different ways. And so it was like this sort of like, I don't know, pretty traditional for me, I guess, arc of like you go, and I was at this very low, and then slowly things started getting better through changes. Sadly, right? Like I think one of the things that didn't happen that could have was like, um, I didn't know where to get help, right? Which I feel like that's a miss for 25 years ago. I think it feels like there's a lot better resources. People are aware. And I think there's certainly lot less stigma around this topic, thankfully, right? So people, I think, know how to like reach a hotline, talk about it. Um, but it's sort of, some of this was sort of like the context of the time, the context of, me being sort of in a new environment, being in a family that loved me tremendously, but like we are very sort of like, you don't talk about big emotions, and you sort of like, you got to be stoic, and you just kind of like, you got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps and stuff like that. So I remember your question even now, Taylor, but I think it was like, I think it was like,
It
it's
was
very
clearly
gradual. It wasn't like this, oh, now I'm like past that. I don't know. I didn't know what was past that other than like, I was still feeling pain, and it felt just as sharp as before, but I didn't act on that. And over time, that sort of the pain subsided bit by bit over several months to where it was manageable again.
hmm, that
But
must have been a long several months.
Yeah,
it
several
was a
months is
long
a
several
long
months for
time.
sure. It was very dark feeling, right? There's a lot of external stressors I think that contributed to, as I've looked back on like, part of it's like, well, I need to learn from that for sure. So I understand myself better and how to avoid getting to that level of pain, right? Like I need to be able to help triage that. And there's a lot of stressors that happened at that moment, but a lot of it is why I talk about it now too, which is like ultimately what helped me, because I didn't realize there are therapists and help, and these different resources. Ultimately, what kind of pulled me out of it was like having a community of people around me again that like supported me and I talked with. And even if I wasn't able to talk with them about deep emotions and struggles I was feeling, at least I felt some sense of value again. That was enough to kind of pull me along and keep me going and keep me wanting to, have the courage to kind of go another day until it became let the pain dulled over time, right?
Sure.